Hi everyone, my name is Pam Nakpil and this is The Moving Truth with Pam. So for today, I have a new friend of mine. Her name's Bianca, and I do not want to preempt her and introduce herself. So Bianca, please tell us something about yourself for our audience here.
Okay, thank you, Pen. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Bianca. I was born in Brazil, and I have been here in Canada for 2 years and
2 years.
3 months. Yes.
Not very long ago.
Here in Moncton, we moved last December, so it's
Okay.
going to be a year this December.
Wow.
Yeah.
You choose to go and move during winter.
Yes. I mean, I didn't choose, but we had to
Okay.
because we found a house and everything, so we had to move in the winter.
Forced. Okay. So Bianca, you're here in Moncton with your family, right? So tell
Yes.
us something about your husband and your beautiful daughter.
Okay, we moved together. My husband, I have one daughter, 5 years old daughter, and we moved together when she was 3, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Winter and a 3-year-old. Okay.
Yeah, when we moved to Canada, it was not winter. When we moved, like for the first time, we went to
Okay.
Halifax. Before.
Okay.
So,
So before we go there, okay, Brazil. Brazil's a nice place. Tropical country, sun,
Yes.
beaches, tanned ladies.
yeah.
Okay. Why
Not so
decide? What happened? What was the thought process about moving to another place, in a cold place?
A cold place. Okay. I always thought about moving since I was young. So I
Okay.
lived in USA for 2 years when I was
Okay.
younger, when I was 20 years old.
Why? How did you go there? What did you
It
do?
was an exchange program. So I
Oh.
always want to learn English and everything. So I always want to have this experience to live in a different country.
Okay.
So I lived with an American family for 2 years.
Wow, that's a
It
nice
was-
experience.
It was a really nice experience. So I already had experience living abroad, and I like it. When I went back to Brazil, it was hard to get to
Oh.
use it again and everything.
Just
So-
2 years and you found it hard.
Yes, it was hard, but I was settled there, and I met my husband, and he always wanted to move
too?
Yes,
Okay.
but he wanted to go to Australia. So yeah, like
Why
really
Australia?
far.
Why
Australia? Because of
it's
the
the second time somebody wants to
yes,
move to Australia.
I was
so-
watching a show. Yeah.
Okay, why Australia?
Because of the weather, it was immigration was that time that he wanted, it was good too. Now I know that it's really hard to immigrate there, but it's very similar to Brazil, like the weather and everything, but it's far. I said to him, no, Australia, no. It's like 24 hours flight from Brazil. It's like no way.
Okay.
So after we had our daughter, it was like more like, okay, I think that it's time
We need
for
to.
us to go. We need to move for her, like for us and for her, because to give her more opportunities of school and everything.
Okay.
So
But
she
like-
wasn't the main reason that we want to change.
You
And my
should-
husband hates hot weather.
Oh,
He doesn't like hot weather.
okay.
No.
A Brazilian who hates hot weather. Okay, that's
So it
new.
was, yeah, it was really hard. I wish he was here, but I was like telling about it, but he was like, oh, he hate. And now I know that now in Brazil it's so hot.
Hot.
It's like what, 40 Celsius now, and it's not summer yet.
I hear you. I feel
So,
you. That's how we feel
It's
about back
crazy.
home.
It's crazy. But we decided. So I always want to live outside of Brazil because of many reasons. But the main reasons for now, after we had our daughter,
It is
we
fine.
thought about it like, okay, we need to move to a nicer, a safer place.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm from São Paulo.
Oh.
São Paulo is the fourth or the fifth, I think the fourth biggest city in the whole world, like by population.
Uh-huh.
So it's crazy.
Crazy
It's not-
traffic.
Crazy traffic, not safe.
Ah,
Schools
okay.
are not good there. If you want to go to a nice school, like have a good education, you need to pay a lot of money.
Okay.
A lot of money.
So what were you doing in Brazil? What were you and your husband doing in Brazil, in Sao Paulo? Because, moving to another country means starting
Oh.
again. So, like, what were you doing and how was that for you?
Okay. Before that, we were not living in São Paulo anymore. We were
Okay.
living in a smaller city.
Okay.
1 hour and a half from São Paulo. So it was the quality of life was better and everything.
Better.
But even though I was busy and so my husband is an IT guy.
Okay.
So he
I see.
works. Yeah, he used to work in a company for 15 years. A lot, like 15, 17 years. I don't remember.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yes, he's a programmer. I don't know what the language or everything, but he's
Something
an IT.
IT.
He's an IT guy, and I was executive assistant.
Okay.
So I used to work with multinational companies helping the CEOs.
Yes.
So I used to assist in a CEO. The last job that I had there, I was assisting a CEO. And for like, so when we decided to move here, we planned it a lot. So
Okay.
we were like 2 years planning everything.
2 years.
2 years. So my husband, we didn't have to start over again. My husband just found a job in his area, so he just continues. He didn't have to start
Okay.
from the scratch.
So he just moved his work from Brazil to here.
Yes.
So that's good. That's
yeah.
good for him.
So he's still the same. He has the same job. So he
Okay.
never had to do like a different job here.
Okay.
So since he started, so it was good.
That's
This
good.
went off the plane, like because we were planning so much and we had everything like planned, even though something changed, like in the way, it's something that we can talk about it. But he was so he was it
Settled.
was not started for us, so we
Okay.
just continued our career here. But I went to Nova Scotia and I did a 1-year college.
Oh, so you had to study as well.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because when we were in Brazil, we got a nomination from New Brunswick. We got a letter with our
But you
invitation.
started studying in Nova Scotia.
Because I didn't want to waiting
Okay.
for our
So you just wanna
permanent
go.
residence in Brazil. So it's like we just go and I study while we were waiting.
Oh, wow. You're very proactive. Usually people just choose one route.
So
You're doing both, just to be sure.
Yes. So one of the things that I want to say is like it's very important to have one, just not one plan, but like more options.
Wow,
So like plan
okay.
A, B, and C. So we started with a plan A. It didn't work. So we did it. Plan B was studying, and then we got a plan C that even was we were not thinking about. We got a nomination for New
Wow.
Brunswick, and we were not expecting that.
But you submitted documents and everything, right?
My husband, last year, he went to a job fair, like a
Okay.
virtual job fair for his area. So
Okay.
his area helped him, like helped us with all the process. So he went to a job fair, like virtual job fair. And
And
after 3 months, he got an invitation. Like,
So were
okay,
you-
we're.
Oh, wow. Were you able to finish your schooling in Nova Scotia?
Yes. So when we got a nomination, when we got the letter and everything, I asked the government, like, can I still go to Nova Scotia and study there and then just move to New Brunswick after that? They said yes, you can.
Of course, yeah.
Why you wait? Why not?
Okay.
So
Oh, wow.
So that's why I said. So when we got a nomination, we couldn't wait in Brazil. But
Okay.
we were like we had everything planned to go to study. I was going to study there.
So you just went to Nova Scotia?
I just went to Nova Scotia.
So how long were you in Nova Scotia?
1 year and 3 months. 1 year and
3
4 months. 1 year
And then
4
you
months.
moved to New Brunswick when you got your nomination.
No, I got my nomination July last year, but I got a nice job in Nova Scotia. So
okay.
I was there for a little bit more, just
Okay.
to, yes, just to
wrap it
stay
up.
more time in the company and everything, and then they transfer me. They have an office here too. So I
Oh.
got transferred from the,
Wow, everything seemed to go perfect.
yeah.
But I know we're seeing what you did, but how was the planning for this? Because it seemed very easy while you're talking about it,
Yeah.
right? But I'm sure you went through a process.
Oh,
and
yeah.
was that
It was-
process easy?
Sorry?
Was that process easy?
It was easier than we thought, and
Okay.
I know that it was easier than a lot of people were like planning. I know that I know a lot of people that have like really had to struggle and everything. But as I told you, we have everything planned. So I was the one that was gonna come to study.
Study.
Why? Because my husband works in IT, so for him it would be easier
Easier.
to get a job and everything. His English was good too. One thing that makes a whole difference is when both of us, like when the couple both speaks English, it's good. It makes a lot of difference when both speaks English. So I had a good English too. So I went to the college. I found a nice job. Now I work a legal assistant. I have
Wow.
never worked at a law before. Like so, even though I do a lot of things that I used to do in Brazil. So I think it's like still I do my career. I didn't have to change, but it's a different kind of
yeah,
job. Like it's
exactly.
a kind of a field. It's a different field. So I have to learn a lot of new, like even the language. It's
Language.
different. from
The
the law.
words, everything.
Yeah, so it was not easy. When I say this, it's never easy when you move
Yeah.
from a country to another one, right? Always there is a barrier of language, culture, food, like everything. I miss my family a lot, so this is one of.
Yeah. So my question is, what is it that you miss most about home?
For sure, I probably everybody answers like this, but it's my family. Is the thing that I miss most because I used to be really close to my family. I am close. So for me, it's one of the hardest thing
Yeah.
and the hardest.
Is there anything you fear most about being here while your family's back in Brazil?
Sometimes I feel even though my daughter is little, she misses a lot our family there. So sometimes she always say to me like, I remember like, when we were here for like the second week that we were here, we were in Nova Scotia. She told me I was giving her a bath, and she told me like, Mom, she started crying. I was
Wow.
like, what? She said, Mommy, we have no one here. I
Wow.
lost all my family. I was like, don't.
So
say-"
she's 2 years.
She said that she was 3 years old. So
Oh my
fear
goodness.
is that hopefully one day she will understand. Like we did that for her, especially. So, but she missed a lot of our family too.
But oh my gosh, at 3,
And
she said that.
She said that, and still now, if you ask her, she says she prefers Brazil. Even though, like, yeah, she
Wow.
loves here. She has friends. She's perfect. She speaks English much better than me and my husband. It's like she's great.
Kids are sponges. They
Yes, she's learned French, so she's
Yeah.
good, but she miss our family. So one of my fears were like, I want to just make sure that we don't miss. We miss all the birthday, we miss all the parties, all the like today. My niece is having her graduation, and I'm not there.
I think that's one of the things that, I mean, people moving up that we, are here local, sometimes don't really grasp. I mean, they only realize that when we say it, that we're missing out on most of the family things. And I know South Americans are very close as well, like
Yeah.
us. So
And I have no one here. I know that someone that like I have a brother. I have like my aunt, my sister. Sometimes I have like my parents. They come here like at least once a year.
oh, that's
They're coming.
good.
They're arriving in December now. They're gonna be Christmas with us and everything, but it's not the
Oh,
same.
It's
So,
not.
It's not
You
the
know, it's a
same.
visit, and you have to cry when they leave, right?
This is the worst part.
I
Like,
know,
The
I
last year, my daughter was crying for a week
Wow.
after they left.
It's hard. No plans of your family members. Are you a single child, or you have
I have a
brothers?
brother. He would like to come, but it's complicated. His wife is really attached to her family
Oh.
too. So I don't
Yeah.
think my brother would come.
Because
and
of
my,
the-
yes, because of family too. You know?
It's really more.
And
family.
my mom loves Brazil. My mom loves my mom and my dad, they hate cold weather. Let's see how it's gonna be then. Like,
Oh no,
here.
you're it's Christmas.
Yeah, they're gonna come here like in 2 weeks.
Oh,
so
wow,
let's
okay.
see, like 3 weeks.
Okay. So like, was there ever a time here that you felt like you were not welcome?
No, never. This is one of the reasons that we choose Canada because it's a really open country that is really welcome and everything. The only thing that I feel sometimes, I work a lot with Canadians.
Yeah.
The company that I work, I think 90% are Canadians. So when we are having lunch, sometimes they are talking about advertising that it was like 20 years ago. They're talking about songs and things that is not part of my life. So sometimes I wish I'd be more like, so sometimes they talk a lot of things that I have no idea what they are talking about. So sometimes I don't feel that I belong here. But I never felt like discrimination, nothing.
It's more of the.
It's more like that. Sometimes I don't feel that I belong here because I don't. Like I have to create and everything here because it's kind of having a conversation with my friends or with in Brazilian. Everybody gonna know about advertising 20 years ago. Like, yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, it's the same with me. Like I sometimes my people in the office talk about these things and like, who is this? Like a country music artist? I have no idea about. I know what you mean. I can feel you.
But it's part of, right?
I know. But do you have friends here? Have you started developing a community
Yes.
You and your husband.
We have a lot of Brazilians here, like
Okay.
like a lot sometimes. But I don't know a lot of people. I'm busy. I work full time. I have a 5 year old daughter that has her own activities too. But we had a really nice friends in Nova Scotia. One of the things that we moved through, like, oh, we just had to start there making friends and everything, and now we have to start all over again here.
I know.
Yeah,
I
so,
know.
but
I know.
of course, we do have really nice friends here. We are making new friends. And I think friendship, you need time to build and everything, like a real nice
Develop.
friendship, develop, yes. So, but it's very important. Friendship and friends here are our family. So
Yes.
it's our support here.
Yeah, because that's what we say. We don't really have family here, but our friends
Yeah.
become our family.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, the Brazil has a really big community too. I try to participate in something that I can, but especially I wanna my daughter has opportunity to have be part of, because I don't want her to lose the Portuguese.
Yeah.
So, and she talks English, she speaks English the whole day, and she has a lot of friends that they don't speak. One of the different, like in Nova Scotia, she used to have more Brazilian friends. Here,
Okay.
I think she just had like 2 or 3 friends. So most of her friends, they speak English with her, and I want to have her like
Not lose the
not lose.
Portuguese side.
Yeah.
Okay. So immigration is so big in Canada now, right? In Nova Scotia, in the Maritimes, and especially in Moncton. Growth is there. Like, are you excited about this growth? What can you say about it?
At the same time that I'm excited, I'm worried about it.
Oh, wow.
Because yes, there's all its growing is always good because you can see like more development and everything. But I'm worried about schools here. So it's one of my main concern because I have a daughter and
Who's just starting school.
she just started school this year.
Oh, wow.
She's going to the kindergarten. So I know that schools are all crowded. So I think it's a part of the city and all the province needs to be prepared.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm afraid what's going to happen, because I know that Canadians are really like, oh, what's going on in the city?
Yeah, I know,
like
I
there's
know.
so many houses that are built. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's happening. But
Sometimes some people are very positive about it. Some people are not so encouraging about it. But that's part of growth, right?
yes, and I know that we need people. We need like people to work and everything. So it's good.
Yeah,
it is
it's-
good. But we need the other side. We need more
Services.
infrastructure. So all these things. So it's something good. I'm excited, but at the same time worried.
So we're part of this growth, right? But you're right. Services have to be here. If the province is encouraging people to move,
Oh yeah,
we need to be able to
that's
provide
one of the
services.
reasons that we are here. We got
And
a
we pay
nomination.
taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, what advice would you give people who are moving here, not just from Brazil, from everywhere else?
I would just say be prepared. It's not easy to immigrate. I think everybody's gonna say that, but it's as I told you before. Especially, I would say be prepared and have more than one plan. Especially if you want to immigrate, don't just go that way, because rules always change. The provinces always, the governments always change something. So just be prepared. Like have more than one option. Just don't go with one option. So my recommendation would say, open your mind and see
Okay.
more options that you can have it. And of course, when I say be prepared, it's about money,
Yeah.
about like mentality. Like it's so hard sometimes when it's just your dream, it's not your partner's dream too. Like sometimes get really, so it's really important to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Because when it gets rough and gets hard, we can support each other. It's very important.
Was there ever a time that it was that hard and rough for you? Because I've interviewed people who had to work the jobs they didn't want to work, do things they don't want to do.
No, I'm lucky. I didn't have to do that, but even though I didn't have to start from scratch, I still had to take a drive license, do all my documentation. We need to build a credit here. So even though our careers were not from scratch, but our lives, we have
Yeah,
to
right.
start. Like even though, so we take all this like initial documents, everything, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
It is a lot of work.
it is a lot of work. So would you still you would still move. Like I'm thinking you were in the U.S. Why not the U.S.?
And the U.S. is the immigration is not very open like Canada. So I saw some. I think the people from Brazil too. They said the Canada is a version of USA better. Like it's a better version. I agree. I agree. I
Really?
think we have like more opportunities here and everything, and immigration here is more open. So we have. I think I feel more safer here than there too. Safer there's like crazy. So
Would you do it again, all over again,
Oh,
knowing
yes.
what you know?
even though sometimes I miss my family and everything, I will do it again. Always.
Always.
Like everything I will do it again. Yes.
Like, how do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I don't know. I wish we are. I mean, we already have a better house than we have in Brazil. We have a better car. We have a better life here already. So I'm happy with that. So this is good. Even though I miss like family food and all this stuff, we have a better life here. So in 5 years, I just want to be happy with my family, enjoying. Maybe I could bring more my parents
I
to
was
stay.
thinking another child.
Maybe.
Oh,
Who
why
knows?
not? Why
Who
not?
knows?
Why not?
Why not? Let's
Oh
see.
my gosh, with that, thank you, Bianca.
Thank you.
I love that you talked about options. I love you talk about missing family. But sometimes we just have to do what we need to do, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here with me. With that, everyone, we'll see you in the next episode of The Moving Truth with Pam. See you next time. Bye.